Taki,
Hey, Merouane, how are you?
good. Welcome, my friend.
Yes.
Welcome to our podcast.
Yes, welcome here.
So this is basically episode number 0, where we gotta just talk about why we created this podcast, what we will be covering, and also, talk about the guests and the
Yeah.
type of guests that we will be bringing.
You want me to go?
Go ahead.
So we created this podcast with the purpose to talk about something we love, which is entrepreneurship, creative ways of making money. I think that you will never hear us talk about like ETFs here or like classic ways of making money. Yes, we will talk about real estate, but in some creative way. I think that there is a lack in today's podcasts where we only bring people that are like at the top of their careers that made like billions and millions, etc. And maybe people will just lose identification to that. They will just say, "Oh, those like just lucky people." It happens to only one person between 10,000, So we wanted to bring inspirational people. We wanted to talk about inspirational subjects, creative ways, but still achievable though. Like for example, we will have entrepreneurs that are successful, but they just started a new business, and you can see like the thought process about how you create a business. You'll see a lot of people moving from country to country because the opportunities are there. We will be talking about our personal stories. Like, we are not Elon Musk. We are not at that level of those people, but we think that we have also things to say, and maybe we can just inspire one person or two, and that will be enough.
Yeah, we definitely want people who, others can relate to.
Yeah.
And to me, this is very important.
Yeah.
If you're 20, if you're 30, you're just starting your career, or you're, with 10 years of experience.
Yeah.
I would love to have Alex Hormozi here.
Yeah, of course.
But,
of course.
It's the top 0.1%.
0.01%.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
these people are super inspiring. I mean, they already
course.
have their content
Of
there.
course.
But we want to bring people first from our circle, like our friends. We've seen them grow,
Yeah, exactly.
So these people will be just showing how they did it.
Yeah.
And we're not talking like multi-millions. We're talking about someone making 1 million, 2 million, 3 millions.
Exactly. Yesterday, I was with a French guy. I didn't know him. Jamie. Jamie will be one of our guests. He's in the real estate in Dubai. Amazing and creative way of creating wealth through real estate. Yesterday, I was really, like, my mind was really blown. And I found this guy, and he was like just selling his whole style at Dubai. And I talked with him, and I invited him to the podcast because he was exactly in that category. He's a successful man. He came to a new country where there is little taxes. Like, we will be talking about taxes and like how taxes are just reducing your ability to create wealth because it's just so high, and how you can optimize them legally, like nothing illegal here. And he came here and he just found a way to optimize an apartment to the max, like creating a hostel in like Marina, Dubai. And that's the kind of stuff that we want to cover here.
Yeah.
Like a creative way of making money, and that's why it's named Money on Steroids. So this guy took an apartment that he rent for 190 dirhams, like K, and now he's making extra $10,000 a month over this apartment, like Canadian dollars, right? Yeah. But like, I invited him and he accepted. So that's the kind of subjects we want to toggle. We'll talk about cryptocurrency. We will talk about investing in general. We will talk about trading. We will talk about international opportunities, because a lot of people think that it's only in their country. Like, you can just invest couple of miles away of where you live because, oh, it's so complicated. And how are you going to trust those people? Oh, are the law good there? You know what? Like in the UAE, for example, we are in Dubai right now. Like we're shooting this episode in Dubai. And in the UAE, for example, the country is amazingly regulated. Like there's a lot of law people. People are respecting the law so much here that maybe it's more than in the US or Canada or even Europe, you know? So at the end of the day, you just need to open your mind. There's a lot of opportunities all around the world, not only in your country. And if this podcast helps you to see that, that will be amazing for us.
Yeah, that's an important point. You know, I've always thought that people who travel and people who don't travel don't have the same mindset. And you can see it even in business. Someone who's open to go worldwide, who can see the opportunity, you know, anywhere. Like, why should I just stay, you know, in my hometown, in a small country, or even in a brand country? You know, we're going to talk about the brand countries later. You know, like Canada, US, France, Germany, they're big countries.
Yes.
But the opportunities there are probably harder to get versus, you know, the UAE, where they open the doors for you. You know, you can basically make money without having money just through connecting with people. And going back to, you know, the rules and regulation, this is the only country where I was able to leave my backpack with my laptop inside, you know, on the back seat, and no one touched it. And talking to my friends here, you know, my friends, you know, there's girls that we're going to have on the podcast. You know, when I talk to them, they're like, you know, I can go out at 2, 3 a.m. just by myself and I feel safe. And, you know, it's all about the environment, you know, the business environment, but also the personal environment, safety, opportunities, all this, you know, you can find it in different countries. So we would love to cover this. So we're going to have guests mainly living in the UAE to start with, but we're going to have other guests from other countries or living in other countries or who had opportunities or experiences in other countries.
Yeah. Even us, we don't live in the same city. Like basically, we're launching a podcast together and we don't live in the same city because we truly believe that at some point we're going to meet again, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of people will just say, oh, that's a barrier. We can't do it. Oh, you know what? You can just book a ticket. You can find a time. You book a weekend. You should like a bunch of episodes. Yes, there is work. There is some coordination. We have an employee for that, but still it's doable. So this podcast is all about removing the barriers. It's all about thinking big, thinking creative, and with small resources, you can make amazing stuff. And your story is also inspiring. You came to Canada 8 years ago. 8 years ago, and you did something that people living all their lives there like can't do. And why? Because you just found a loophole on the system and you understand how to take advantage of your knowledge to raise cash and buy properties. And you can go to unlimited. And you told me that you stopped that, but it was because it was a little bit boring, you know? So at the end of the day, like that, if that can inspire someone just coming to the country or any country, the brand countries. And by the way, the brand countries, we say that because like they have, it's like a 3-star hotel charging 5-star prices.
Yeah, exactly.
So at the end of the day, you pay a lot of taxes, but for what reason, I don't know. They tell us we pay taxes because they repair the roads, but the roads here in the UAE are really better.
Oh, much better.
Yeah, they tell us that we pay taxes for the healthcare and
you wait 18 hours in the ER. So.
I waited 30 minutes last time, and I don't have like a great coverage here, by the way.
Yeah.
So it's all about like just to talk about what you can do differently with the resources you have, and if one idea or two inspires you, that's the goal.
Yeah, I want to also explain, how we will be shooting these videos. I think it's very important.
Yeah.
People will get used probably to see both of us at the same time, but
Yeah.
it's going to be you interviewing some people, me interviewing some people separately. We did this because of the freedom that we have, geographically. Sometimes you travel, sometimes I travel, sometimes you meet, like here in Dubai.
Yeah.
We can meet in Montreal. Winnipeg, I don't know if you want to come to Winnipeg,
I
maybe
will.
not in winter.
I will.
But yeah, so people need to get used to see me by myself with guests or just me shooting videos. Same for you. You're gonna be shooting videos with other guests. So we're offering a variety of subjects and topics and faces.
Yeah.
So having two people leading this podcast, I think there's gonna be a lot of value, and there's gonna be also value with the communities that we're building. If you wanna cover that, maybe starting with the trading.
So I trade. I created 3 years ago Trading Passive. So it's a software trading company and automated software trading company. So we have softwares that trades on your behalf, and basically we are in the premium high ticket market. So not a lot of people can afford those prices. So what we did is we created a community in school. It's Money on Steroids trading group. We will have also Money on Steroids real estate.
With real estate, yeah.
Yeah. So the aim is really to give some premium knowledge for free in the trading group, like something worth at least $10,000 that we're given for free there. And I think that there is a need for that, like democratizing real information, real value for free.
Yeah.
Totally transparent. That will be just like kind of a lead magnet for me, because it's a difficult space to be in, like trading. It has a bad reputation.
Yeah.
A lot of people got scammed. A lot of people just claiming that they are making money, but it's not true. So I just decided to go there and put some real value. We will have some paid group too. They will be offering automated scripts so they can facilitate your trading. We will be offering a trading bot for free with the paid community. Actually, you pay for it, but you have access to the bot. We will have some coaching. We will have some calls when you can come and ask questions. You can have we will have a lot of crazy stuff out there that we think it's real value for people that are motivated. Again, it seems easy. People just say, "Oh, okay, I just need to get a prop firm account, put a robot on it, and I'm free for life." That's not the reality. I just wanna tell it like upfront, and we will always be transparent and 100% true. Never promise things that are not achievable.
Yeah, I mean, same for the real estate community. To me, it's about sharing my knowledge. I was always against, sending courses, high ticket courses. There's going to be a paid community, obviously, because some people need more hand handling, that requires time. And when you give your time, you need to get paid for that. But what I want to put in my community is not the dream, because real estate, same as trading, you have a lot of gurus out there saying, hey, you can leave your job and live the dream and you're going to be financially free. No, I'm going to be sharing, the tough stuff.
The brutal reality.
The tough stuff, because I've been through it, man. Like, I've almost lost everything when the rates started increasing. And this is the kind of stuff that a mentor will give you, not a coach. And I got that from my mentor at that time. And I remember he was saying, hey, don't keep your mortgages, pay them down, double your payments. And I didn't understand at that time, because this guy went through, the crisis, the interest rates crisis in like the 70s and 80s, where, I think they were paying around 18%. Yes. So he was always pay them down. But but he never explained why. I'm like, why? No, pay them down. You're gonna understand. And fortunately, he passed away just before the interest rates started increasing. And I didn't have him next to me saying, hey, lock your rates right now, because I was just expecting the rates to stop increasing. The banks always said, or not the banks, like the central bank was saying, hey, we're gonna stop, don't worry, it's COVID, it's happening, and we're gonna keep the rates low. And the benchmark rate in Canada was like 4%. So I'm like, okay, max, it's gonna be like 4-5%. I went up to like 6.5, 6.75, and when your payments double, well, you're in trouble, man.
Yeah, I know.
And that's the kind of stuff I want to teach. It's like, yes, you want to grow fast, do it, but you need some guardrails. I've seen so many people burning themselves, like really, like being in a very bad spot, because they just followed what they were telling them. Just buy, buy, take loans, take lines of credit, use your credit cards. And then when the storm comes, well, good luck.
Yeah, they disappear.
Yeah. And, like you hear stuff like, hey, you can live from cash flow. No, I can tell you, like, yeah.
Depends on the market, though.
It depends on the market. This can last for a few times, but
yeah,
what you need to remember is real estate is not a sexy business, man. Like there's gonna be stuff where someone trashes your house. Like I had a house where the tenant trashed it and cost me like 30 grand. I had another house where I had water coming from the ground. It was a fully renovated house. Like I got my tenants there. 2 months later, we got water coming from the ground. These are things that you can plan for.
Yeah.
So imagine if you had some cash flow that will not even cover the repairs.
Of course.
And insurance will always try to escape, So stuff like this will be in my course, how to read your insurance contracts, how to hire your contractors, how much cash you need as, a safety net, because stuff like this can happen.
When you said about the cash flow, and it's that's why we do this too. There's a lot of markets out there that are cash flowing as hell. Like it's really crazy. Indonesia. Did you ever think about Indonesia? I saw some properties there in Bali. When you buy an amazing villa, like amazing, like yeah, it's not big, it's not that big, but it's really a great villa with the private pool, everything, for $250K US dollars. $250K, you have the villa, you have the keys.
Yeah.
How much you rent it for? $50K a year on Airbnb. You can have a property manager for like $1,000 a month. Because when you come to those countries, like Asian countries, for example, you need to understand that you can hire people for not a lot of money. Like the wages are not the same like in Canada or in the US. So that's the kind of stuff that I found amazing here, because we have the impression that, for example, in Canada, if you launch something, you need to be there 24/7 in order to check your employees, check for anything bad happening. You have a lot of small things with low value that you're doing every day because to keep your business running. And in this country, for example, in the UAE, and the UAE is the Emirates, you can hire a property manager for $1,000 a month. He's living there, so he's happy to not pay rent, and you can get amazing returns hands-free. You said that people are saying real estate is not a sexy business. Like you were saying that it's not sexy business because you have a lot of small stuff that you need to deal with that you can delegate. But in other countries where you have regulations, rules, no one will rip you off, etc. You can do it. You can do it because you can just hire people and you're still cash flowing. The only reason you're not hiring people out there, because if you hire people, your business is ruined and you don't have any cash flow.
Yeah. Yeah, no, very true. Because yesterday we were running numbers on basically a condo here, like an apartment, where you can get your money back in 4.5 years.
4 years. 5 years.
That's it.
5
Four and
years.
a half years. And that's with, a very safe approach.
Yeah.
You buy it, you rent it out, you just rent it, rent the beds, and you're done. Like, yes, there's going to be risks like in any other investment.
Yeah.
Like, we're going to be always transparent about that.
Of course.
Risks are here. And like either in trading or in real estate, they're going to be here. But I mean, you need to take risk anyway. Like you're taking the risk, whatever you're doing.
If you don't take risk, I think that you will just never make it.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you can always stay at your job, be paid 50K, 60K. And that is risky, but you just don't know it. Someone will just call someone one day and your name is on a sheet of paper and you're out.
Yeah.
So if entrepreneurship is risky, taking your destiny in hand and just trusting God and doing your stuff, if you find that risky, wait until you have your name on a piece of paper and you're out. Why you're out? Because you passed the last 10 years expecting someone to feed you and also to not improve.
Yeah.
Everything you learned 10 years ago is irrelevant today.
Yeah.
Everything. I have some clients, like big clients, I won't mention any names, where we have a lot of people. And when I talk to them, like employees, when I talk to them, they really think that they are here forever.
Yeah.
We have AI coming. We have a lot of business transformation where we won't need low IQ jobs. Like you want it or no.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, we will have a lot of AIs taking care of washing like the streets, etc. Like that's totally doable in the next 2 years. Taxi drivers, like Tesla today are already in the launch phase of robotaxi.
Yes.
Like they are in the launch phase. And I talk to taxi drivers sometimes. Like I take a taxi and I'm like, okay, what's your plan? Like when we will have a taxi driving by itself. Well, no one will take a taxi drive. No. People will be so afraid. Oh yeah, we said that about the planes.
Yeah.
We said that about the planes. The paquebots, like the big the big boats that were doing the transatlantic in like 1 month. We told them, like we're creating the plane right now, and they said no, too risky. People won't go to the air. People are used to go through the sea for thousands of years.
Yeah.
They're not here. They're not here anymore. So it's the same thing for you. Think about, when I say you, it's about the listener.
Yeah.
It's the same thing about you. Think about what you're doing today. And do you feel that we can replace you easily? If the answer is yes, today you need to start thinking about a way that you can have your destiny in hand and you can start to have 2024 skill, because the skill that you have is already outdated.
Yeah. I love the example of drones. I don't know if you saw that like meme or picture, before, to film from above, you needed a helicopter and a cameraman. So 2 people. Imagine the cost of that, flying a helicopter, having a cameraman with all the risks involved, the gas, everything. And now you have a small thing, like very small, that you can fly. Anyone can fly it and just take shots that are amazing, man.
Yeah.
So we are all replaceable. Like you can't say, I'm gonna be here for 20 years or 30 years and I'm gonna be relevant for
Oh yeah,
everybody.
everyone. Yeah, okay. I didn't understand it this way, but yeah, I have a lot of examples where directors, like VPs, thought that they were irreplaceable, and they they disappeared for any reason, like they kicked them out, or
Yeah.
they resigned, or anything, and nothing changed. Truly, nothing changed. Like
Yeah.
in the day-to-day life, people came to work, they did their stuff, and they were just not here.
Yeah.
Think about this in your job today. Did you have this happening? This can be you. So that's why listening to this podcast maybe will show you what other people are doing, and maybe one story will inspire you. And yeah, maybe you will end up changing countries, doing a lot of business abroad, trading, getting interested in crypto, getting interested in real estate. And that's the aim of what we're doing here.
Yeah. And you and I mean, we spoke about trading passive. We're also building a business.
Yeah.
So people will see how we grow that business either through the podcast or also, the other platforms of trading passive, because we want to be transparent. We're doing what we're preaching.
Yeah.
We opened our corporation in Mauritius, right? We're hiring people abroad. Like we have people working in Algeria. We have people also based in Mauritius. We have people based in Dubai. So we want to be worldwide, and we're small people. Like you and I, we just came from the people.
Yeah.
Right. We didn't grow up with like a golden spoon in our mouth. We did the hard work, and now we're doing the hard part for for our clients.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's the motto of
Exactly.
trading passive.
So I think that we covered all. We are here to inspire people.
Yeah.
We are here to just say that it's possible. We're just here to say that you don't need to be discouraged. It's not only the Elon Musk and the Hermosi that can do it. You can do it too. You can start from scratch. And we will bring inspirational stories. We will talk about ourselves. We will just talk about maybe actuality sometime, like something happening, news, a big shift in the market, cryptocurrency. We will bring those subjects from time to time where there is something big happening, and we will give our how you read the situation about it. Like now, for example, why we're shooting this, we have the interest rates that are going down by 50 points from the Fed, and a lot of people are lacking to interpret what's going to happen next. Markets are nervous, etc. So we're going to try to do some
analysis,
analysis like this, so we can give our insights on it. So yeah, thank you everyone. I hope that you will be inspired by one of the stories. And wanna say anything before we let our listeners go?
Yeah, I mean, same as you, we gotta have inspiring stories. We are an open book. We gotta be genuine. We wanna truly help people, and by helping people, we know we're helping ourselves. At the end of the day, everyone will benefit. So thanks very much, Taki, for today's episode.
Thank you, Merouane. Thank you.